I truly believe in this brand new season, considering Wilson Fisk's role, he brings absolutely nothing brand new to the table in which we have not seen already done before by Wilson Fisk already in a different role. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm sure as all of you know, if you're keeping up, Daredevil Born Again has come to an end with a very exciting and very crushing finale to episode 9 of the season finale of the reboot of the Netflix Daredevil show. It's definitely come back with a bang, and it's great to finally see Matt Murdock, Wilson Fisk and all these great characters come back together and create something exciting. This is quite possibly the most interesting and most exciting show to come out of the entire Disney Plus experience. Daredevil finally returning after cancellation, fan outrage, then the rumors, then the many cameos in the mediocre MCU television shows, and then to its final return in 2025 with Born Again. Seeing this beloved character come back is great. While the first episode was a little bit odd with the few decisions that it made, the CGI, the other stuff, it kind of felt like they were out with the old and in with the new. Foggy's death definitely felt out of place and quite odd for the guy to come back and be gone after just one episode. In totality, the show has been great. I've enjoyed it, and it's definitely gotten better with every single episode that's come out thus far. Even though this is now a show that's completely on the Disney Plus and the MCU platform, the Netflix roots and the brutality, the rawness, the maturity is still all there, and I'm definitely sure that some of the show hands and the people who worked hard on the previous project have also been transferred over to this project to provide some much needed insight. And it's definitely cool because they definitely are continuing with the story. All the things that happened in the previous show are carrying on, so they aren't completely forgetting it. It's a continuation of the show. Now, while this is definitely a good continuation, it definitely has not yet reached the peaks of the Netflix show, but the potential is definitely there. I would definitely say the biggest difference that I've noticed from this version to the original is that it's not exactly a Daredevil show. To be more accurate, the show would be more accurately called Daredevil and Fisk. Wilson Fisk definitely had a large amount of screen time over in season 1. Born Again ramps this up to absolutely 100, making the split between Matthew Murdock and Wilson Fisk in terms of screen time into essentially 50-50. Now, being absolutely honest, it seems like the bulk of the season was to set things up, to set things into motion, build everything up slowly. Even though I personally disagree with the pacing and personally don't think the things that they've set up are even that particularly that great, this is the process they chose to take. Definitely one of the most frustrating things I saw this season was that we didn't get too much of Daredevil throughout the entire season. We saw more of Matthew Murdock, which is also a reason why this show is just great television in general. It definitely are some strong superhero elements, of course it's a vigilante Daredevil and all of this, but it's just a great television show overall. And when Matthew Murdock is just being a lawyer, it's still interesting, it's still exciting, and the plot is just it's still quite solid. But the issue that I face is that I'm not exactly sure where the overall plot of the entire season or the entire series is going. There isn't a solidly placed villain or a goal to achieve by the end of the season. And if it is to defeat Wilson Fisk, well, we've been there and done that. Born Again feels like the showrunners are trying to win a game of chess but aren't willing to move their pieces very far to sacrifice them in order to win. Wilson Fisk seems to be a very precious piece that the showrunners are keeping close to their hand, but I truly believe that pieces need to be sacrificed in order to win the game or to create significant change. I know this is a reboot, but Wilson Fisk's arc was completed and not slightly done, it was done immaculately in Daredevil Season 3. Daredevil beat Wilson Fisk. I truly believe in this brand new season, considering Wilson Fisk's role, he brings absolutely nothing brand new to the table in which we have not seen already done before by Wilson Fisk already in a different role. His return, in my personal opinion, is simply fan service and of course the great and solid performance by Vincent. The Netflix show explored every single facet of his personality, his origin and everything in between. Unless something drastic happens and Wilson Fisk becomes a good guy, which is very, very unlikely considering that season finale, yeah, that's just simply not going to happen. The thing is, I don't think Fisk can be a good villain without aimlessly retreading already well executed story beats. Fisk has played his role very well, and I think it's about time we bid him farewell. His mayor escapades definitely personally do not excite me in the slightest. He's still corrupt, he's still a bad guy, there isn't some nuance, there isn't maybe some chance that he's doing great things for the city, it's just building towards a bigger and larger plot. Now Fisk is playing the same role as the Kingpin, but just from a political angle. His relationship with Vanessa doesn't necessarily intrigue me that much, nor does her affair. Now, the way in which they were handling it was just okay, but it more so felt like filler more than anything else. Adam's entire escapade could have been completely annexed, and no one would have noticed. I definitely would like some more Matthews, it's just some more Daredevil, but I'm sure we'll see much more of him in the next subsequent sequel. Now, Wilson Fisk is of course a great character and Vincent plays him very well, but we need to move on from this chapter. You see, this is the very issue that I have with nemesises in all comic book related content. They want to keep bringing back these characters which have been executed very, very well again, and again. We had the very same issue in Batman Arkham Knight. It was time for them to go with a brand new villain. We had Scarecrow, you could have used somebody else to be sitting in the cut, but no, it's Joker again. Batman Arkham Origins. It's finally Black Mask. Oh, it's a new villain. This is exciting. This is new content. This is a villain we don't usually see. Oh no, it's actually the Joker masquerading as Black Mask. The thing is, all the time we get some comic book content, it has to be focused on these previously developed nemesis that have to keep coming back. Batman has more villains, Daredevil has more villains, and it's about time we move on over to somebody else. This is part of the reason I had a really strong interest in season 2 of Daredevil and The Hand. It was a completely brand new scheme of villains with a brand new plot in which we had nothing about. And this is also an issue that we've missed out from focusing so much on Wilson Fisk. Mystery and layers. In season 1 of Daredevil, we had big players which were playing serious roles in his crime organization. Now that we've reached this point in Daredevil Born Again, Wilson Fisk just simply has too much powers to the point that the other criminal organizations literally play no threat to them, and he doesn't need to be wary or even consider or worry about them. It's literally a side quest for him while he continues his plot of developing the port and creating his whole own brand new whatever Red Rock, whatever Cred port, crime city he aims to create. And he's using his power just with no avail. No one's stopping him, bro. Now, like, there's nothing anybody can do but Daredevil somehow. The other thing that's also an issue is that mystery can't be properly utilized because we pretty much know everything about Wilson Fisk. We pretty much know everything about Vanessa, Poindexter, and Matthew Murdock. The benefit of having a brand new villain in a season is that we get something new. We have someone we don't know. We have brand new motivations. And the thing is, to me, brutality, violence, gore, these are okay, I guess, but it doesn't increase the quality of the show in any sense. In the season finale, they definitely did something shocking with the way in which they dispatched of Commissioner Gallo. Definitely some rough stuff happening on screen, and it definitely tops Fisk smashing the Russian with his car door. Haunting stuff, but that doesn't mean that Wilson Fisk is a great character. This is simply retreading content in which we've already seen done and executed in a much more haunting way because we simply didn't see it coming. In my personal opinion, now that I know Wilson Fisk pretty damn well, there's nothing that he can do in terms of character, in terms of violence, that I wouldn't see coming. The issue with familiarity is predictability, and that's the issue with Wilson Fisk and whatever scheme he ever comes up with. Those are my thoughts. I do think Wilson Fisk is a great character, but I think it's time for him to find his own way out. His character was well executed and well completed in Daredevil Season 3 of Netflix, and I've definitely satiated and I've had my fill of the Kingpin. It's time for something new. Those are my thoughts on Daredevil. I've enjoyed the season thoroughly. It's definitely the best TV I've seen in a young minute. Definitely some good and exciting content right there, and I definitely recommend you go ahead and watch Daredevil Born Again. If you're looking for an overall rating from me for the entire show, there's some hits, there's some misses. Overall, I would personally give the show an 8 out of 10. Great stuff, good content. If you're somebody who's coming from the Netflix show and you want to see it carry on, like, should I watch it, should I not watch it, it's good. You can definitely see there's some MCU stuff there that's holding it back a bit, but overall, it's a great experience, and I recommend you go ahead and give it a watch.